Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. We're going to be talking in this video about a bit of an in-depth spear coverage guide. We're talking about different spears, different builds that you can use with that, and just what they're used for and how you can use them. Everyone that I've spoken to is all about this like glaive grudge train, and they've completely ignored the rest of what's actually good about spear. But we've got So these are the setups that I'm using at the moment. Stalker hood, assassin jacket with pike. So I run this build. I love this build. It's very, very bursty. Actually quite tanky. We run attack speed passives on everything. We run the Mortal Agony, basically paired with the Rooting Smash. We will be using attack speed passive when I'm not a scrub and unlock it. But yeah, so you've got the Inferno Shield attack speed, dodge roll, attack speed again, and obviously more agony. And basically, if I can actually find someone to dummy this on, effectively the build kites around like normal, does its normal rotation, and I will sometimes use Rooting Smash just to put pressure, but most of the time I save it for that sub 50%. So this dude's blowing Inferno Shield straight away, but we're going to see as soon as I get him to 50%, you just watch the damage that's going to come out onto him. So he uses the Retaliate, we're just going to wait around, but that's his defensive's gone. And here we go. Bam. And we just hit him for 693. We just blew him up. That was a massive hit right there. And yeah, we just kite around. So big thing, obviously, you've got Spirit Spear. You get them stacks up. Before a fight, you try to get to 2. And just before the fight starts, you go to 3. You can keep Spirit Spear up forever. However, eventually you'll get to a point where you don't have energy for like Inferno Shield, like your chest ability, or either of your W and E abilities. So you have to be a bit careful. It's always better to stack it. I've found you can stack it 5 times, so 2, 3, 4, and then once more before it starts becoming inefficient. If you're doing good pressure and you just want to keep that going, feel free to keep using it. You can obviously reset it with Rooting Smash as well. For a big hit, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's about, basically Spear is about managing Spirit Spear. So obviously this pike build, you've just seen what it's able to do. It does a huge amount of damage. I was playing this in arenas last night with Mojo and these guys, known guys from Money Guild. And we were like blowing up healers with Arcane Empowering Beam and Mortal Agony. We were one-shotting healers at 50%. Just chopped and they're dead, like hitting them for 1.2k I think was the biggest I hit for. And obviously this is an instant ability, there's no cast time, it's a 4 meter range, which is actually pretty decent, and only a 15-second cooldown. I do want to duel you, but let me get my other build on. So this is my first setup. So obviously Assassin Jacket, Mortal Agony, and Assassin Boots. Assassin Boots we use for everything. My second setup is running with the Glaive. This guy's pretty determined now. So the second setup's running with a glaive, and this is the haste setup. So Hunter Hood, Hunter Jacket, and Assassin Shoes. One thing we can do is you can actually use Soldier Hood with this, but again, this one's all about attack speed and kiting. So as you can see, we're doing so much damage. He pops his Retaliate. We can use haste here, and he might still get us just because he's a bloodletter, but again, we're doing so much damage to him. And effectively, it's about doing that. You build up them 3 stacks, you wait for them to use the defensives, and you burn through with haste. And again, you just saw how quickly he melted then. And again, this guy's in 6-1 gear, over a K item power. He's actually got more item power than me. Running the Inferno Shield, running the Retaliate as well. He does decent damage, and we're able to just kite him out all day long. And that's only with a 5.1 glaive. And finally, the other build that I've been playing around with is actually Heron Spear. Now, I've found that I can do Heron Spear with either build, which makes it quite fun. And part of the reason for me wanting to do Heron Spear is just because I use the Artifact Spears in ZVZs. Obviously, I've been doing quite a few CVZs recently. I'm using Spirit Spear and Heron Spear in ZVZs or open world fights, so I've had to try. I wanted to try and get the specialization there. But yeah, so that's kind of the reason why I've been investing so much time into them, and I found that Spear Throw, it's not the greatest, however it's definitely the best. I do actually want to duel someone, just to show this a sec, but yeah, we do so much damage. We have that stun, which is really nice. Obviously it is a bit of a longer cooldown, but if I'm running this other build, the Stalker one, you use the Mortal Agony to and then the stun into Forester Spears. That's a 50% to 0 on someone. Actually, let's see if we can get it onto someone. So this is obviously one of the builds that I have been using. The only disadvantage to this is you do use an artifact, but obviously you do use 2 artifacts, but it is what it is. It's not a huge loss. Come on, I need someone to fight. Give me someone to fight. There we go, so we got Gandalf. So again, this one's all about kiting around still, and at 50%, you push in, you get the... You popped Inferno Shield right away. What's with his doing this? Come on, stop. But yeah, at 50%, you use Mortal Agony, and you go for the Heron Spear stun into Forester Spears. And you just do so much damage. It's really difficult to like overestimate how much damage you do or underestimate it. You just don't expect it. He has got so many masteries and it hurts. But again, there we go. I missed my stun. Wow, I'm terrible. Effectively, we should have stunned there. But effectively, you go for the stun, Forester Spears, and that's 50% to 0 on anything under a tank. And even on tanks, you do a good job with that. So, obviously, it does still have the... It does still have the stun utility to it as well, so if things go wrong, you can still use that stun to get out of situations or things like that. But yeah, so that's another build. You can also use this haste build with it. I have seen people actually running the pike, obviously using the rooting smash with, I don't want to duel a sec, with the soldier armor. So effectively you do you have 10% extra damage, which isn't great, but you do have Fury. So you use Fury, get that 100% increased damage bonus with 3 stacks, and you one-shot people. You just blow people up. I've seen people hit 15, 1600s with them with an armor pierce. It's absolutely insane. So that's another build you can potentially go. Obviously, going through the skills a sec, you've got Lunging Strike. This is good for fame farming. If you can ever hit 2 or 3 mobs, it's quite good because you'll get a Spirit Spear charge for each one you hit, and you can effectively keep 3 stacks permanently if you're hitting 2 or 3 mobs at a time, like fame farms. I also use this in ZVZs just because of the 10% slow and because I can hit multiple targets. Spirit Spear, other than that, this is the best ability. It's such a good ability that you should just be trying to use it as much as possible. The spacebar auto attack is my best friend during this. It's Q, auto attack, spacebarring to do these auto attacks, Q, auto attack, and your attack moving. So effectively, it'd be attack, and in between each one, I'm pressing that spacebar to stop me and get them auto attacks off. Going on to the W abilities, Forester Spears, absolutely incredible ability. It does so much damage, decent range to it. As you can see, it's actually quite a big area, and only less than a 15-second cooldown. If you actually work out what the tooltip says, at 0.3 seconds times 8, and that's 107 damage per tick. So that's pretty damn insane, in fairness. Let's actually just work that out. That's 856 tooltip damage in 2 or 3 seconds. Inner Focus, I use Inner Focus in open world with Heron Spear, jump off the mount, you see someone Inner Focus with Hunter Shoes, get the Heron Spear off, and that's a huge stun there for a good long time. Cripple is awesome. If you want single target burst, so actually I was trying this with the pike, going for the Stalker Hood, Assassin Jacket, Assassin Shoes combo, running this build, because effectively you get the... oh, I'm not even using the right weapon, that does help. So effectively you go for the Rooting Smash and the Cripple, and actually you can annihilate people with that. You do so much damage with it. What are you running? Well, you're running like 1300 item power. Let's see if we can win this and show the power of this. The other ability, you've got deflecting strike as well, I believe, is the other ability. It's terrible. Don't use it. It's just there is no need to be using it right now. I haven't found a good reason to yet, truthfully. If I get to this dude, I'm going to blow him up. Oh well. That's what happens when you have 300 item power plus. But yeah, so you can use... obviously, deflecting spin, just kind of pointless. You don't get anything for it. And the reflect, you're reflecting 80% of incoming damage after 156 resistances are added. So it's just completely pointless. And obviously, root and smash. In terms of your passives, I use Life Leech for open world. Sometimes I use slow poison just to kite people if I do get ganked. Other than that, I'll be using attack speed. But yeah, so this is kind of just what I wanted to say with the video. Some people have been playing, I've actually tried it on my other character, Druid Robe Obsessive Burst Pike. You can do it quite easily. You do burst really hard, but obviously you're very, very squishy, so you do have to be careful of that. In terms of food, I always use stew. Potions, I pretty much use poison or stickies. I don't find myself needing to use Guardian because I'm quite tanky anyway, and I can kite quite well from range, so there's no real need to use it. And obviously with the Grudge combo at the moment, even with the Pike build, just using Spirit Spear, Grudge still is good. Don't underestimate it just because it's not the meta. Grudge is really, really strong, even with that. Without the haste. So we go for the Slurm, and we go for that, and we just blow people up. If people want to fight me, Mortal Agony, 50%, that's 100% a kill. Especially running Cripple as well. But yeah, thank you guys. Hope this has helped. There's going to be a couple more like in-depth things of weapons. So yeah, keep around for the channel, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you later.